Welcome back. This is Mr. Hassan's Maths channel, and I'm now going to go through the paper 4, specimen paper 4B for the Cambridge IGCSE 0580 syllabus, and this is for the examinations from 2025. The format has changed. Paper 2 is now the extended non-calculator paper, and paper 4 is the extended calculator paper. The extended paper for paper 4 previously used to be a 2.5 hour paper. It's now 2 hours. And the paper 2 used to be a paper which we were allowed to use a calculator for. Now it's non-calculator. Used to be 1.5 hours. Now it's also 2 hours. So the total exam is still the same time, 4 hours altogether, but the paper 2 and 4 now both 2 hours each. Now paper 4, we can use a calculator on it. Okay, and so that's the difference here compared to the paper 2. And so we've got a few extra instructions here. For example, it says you should use a scientific calculator where appropriate. You may use tracing paper. And here, give non-exact answers to 3 significant figures or 1 decimal place for angles in degrees, unless they tell you otherwise in the question, basically. And for pi, use a calculator value or 3.142. Those things, of course, were not mentioned in the previous, in paper 2. Okay, so that's a bit something about rounding there. So I'm going to go start going through the paper. Now I'm going to go through these papers in a way which you might not appreciate, some of you. I'm going to go through every question individually. I'm not going to have like one big video going through the whole paper. I'm going to then classify my questions according to topic as well as according to paper. So for people who want to revise certain topics later on, they'll have like a whole group of questions on the same type of topics in one playlist. It kind of works out to be more efficient for revision sometimes to do that. And just for my own reference as well. And I'm going to go through the topics as if I have a student in front of me who needs, a lot of help. They don't know much about the topic, and I want to explain things to them, like from the foundations. And I'll keep in my mind the kind of misconceptions that I have come across from teaching students and also from students asking me questions. I'm going to try and address some of those misconceptions during this video. So I might go off on a tangent. I might talk about something a bit, extra or something in the middle of my explanation, just to clarify some of those doubts and, make certain things clear. So please bear with me. I'm not just a talking mark scheme. If you're looking for the mark scheme, this is the wrong place. It's not the right place to come from. You can go and download the mark scheme and check it like that. But if you're here because you want to understand certain things a bit more deeply, or you need some help in the foundational kind of principles, or you've got a very difficult question that you need to watch, then welcome. So now, second page of the paper. So paper 2 here, we have a list of the formulae that they give, which weren't in the old paper 4s. This is the same list that they have for the paper 2s as well. So things like the sine rule, the cosine rule, things like the area of circles, circumference of circles, area of triangles, curved surface area of cylinders, all of these things, they were not there before. Some of these things were there. They were used to be given in the question itself. The quadratic formula wasn't there. So there's a few formulas here now that we don't need to memorize that are there in the list of formulas on the second page. Now, for the first question, it says find the reciprocal of 0.35. Now, this is the non-calculator paper. All right, so don't feel guilty now that you are going to take out your calculator. Here we got 2 hours to do the paper. We don't want to waste any time. So don't be trying to figure this out, how to do this without the calculator. This is not paper 2, this is paper 4. We can just use a button here that will help us, which is this button here, x power -1. So all you have to do is put 0.35 and you press this button and it gives you the reciprocal, which is 20/7. That's it. Simple as that. Okay. If you want to do another way, you can put 1 over 0.35. 0.35. 20 over 7. Okay. If you wanted to write it as 35 over 100, and then say the reciprocal for this is going to be 100 over 35, which is equal to 20 over 7, you can. But I would do this if it was a calculator paper. For a non-calculator paper, first of all, you have to understand what reciprocal means. Okay, reciprocal means this is the original thing. Okay, this is like 0.35 over 1. The reciprocal of that would be 1 over 0.35. So you put your answer there. So you can do this without the calculator. There's no problem. Absolutely no problem for you to do this without the calculator. Sorry, you can do this with the calculator. Absolutely no problem. There's absolutely no problem if you just type in 0.35 to the power of -1. If you don't show any steps and you just write the answer, it's absolutely fine. Okay, there's no problem because this is a paper which is the calculator paper. They expect you to use a calculator for these questions. Right, not like the paper 2. If it was paper 2, then you'd have to show your steps, 35 over 100 and 100 over 35, and then show that it simplifies to this. And it'll probably be worth more marks on the paper 2 than it is on the paper 4. Okay, so there's question number 1. Other questions from the paper are going to be found in the playlist that will appear in the top right of the screen at the end of the video. Other questions from the topic of, I'll put this under basic, arithmetic with decimals. You'll find that over there. And you can subscribe to the channel by clicking on this link. And the video at the top here will tell you how to use my channel to find, what you're looking for in a efficient manner. Thank you for watching and see you soon.